Welcome back to FM Story. It's time for season 5 of this South American Glory Hunt to save. And as we decided at the end of the last episode, it was time to move on from Internacional. We still need to go back to Brazil to win the Copa to Brazil, but we needed to move on to win some trophies in some other countries. So, without further ado, let's find out where we've ended up to begin season 5. And so here we are, a new club. We've joined Vélez Sarsfield. Interestingly, although Mauricio Pellegrino was in an insecure position towards the end of last season, he's actually left to replace me at Internacional. We come in to replace him at Vélez Sarsfield. The added bonus is that we are entering into the Copa Sudamericana, which we haven't won yet, so it gives us a chance to have a crack at that trophy as well as the league and the cup. And we've got just over 10 million in the bank to spend as well. Now, we do take over a couple of days after they have opened up their league season with a 2-1 defeat away at Platense. We have a game coming up tomorrow, which will be our opening game, which is a home game. And we need to hit the ground running quickly, find out who the best players are in the squad, find a tactic that works, and try and hit the ground running. We are now into February, towards the end of February, and we've started to get a bit of a feel for Vélez and the players that we've got and how things are going to work. We didn't start particularly well, but we have picked it up in recent days. Obviously, we'd taken over after the opening day of the season, so they'd already lost 2-1 to Platense. Our opening game, we didn't start particularly well. We were behind after 3 minutes. We pulled a goal back, but just couldn't create anything in the second half. We then had a good 3-1 victory away at Newell's before being brought crashing back down to earth with a 3-1 defeat against Atletico Tucumán, who are right up at the top of the table. And really all we got was a late consolation goal. We were nowhere near the standard we needed to be in the game. But then we've bounced back. We changed the formation a couple of times, but the most recent games against Banfield and Aldavisi, we changed to a formation that we used. So the formation we changed to was a 4-3-3. We started with various different versions of the 4-2-3-1 because we had some attacking midfielders. What we've actually gone to with this 4-3-3 is the formation that we used with Motherwell right back at the start of the FM24 cycle with a 3 flat in the centre of midfield. And it does seem to have worked with this game against Banfield. We won 4-1. And then against Aldavisi, we ended up coming away with a 4-2 victory. And things are looking pretty good. The thing with the squad is there's a lot of young players. Good young players, but still young players nonetheless. There's not very much depth. And the problem we had was we started after the transfer window had closed. So we've got some deals done to come in July. But, I mean, looking at the league season, there's only going to be 4 games left in the league season before it switches to being the Copa de Liga. But in terms of signings that we've got coming in, we've got 4. There was some key areas of the team that we were lacking in any real quality. Firstly, in goal. So we've signed Felipao, Brazilian from Nortigo. He's going to come in. He's only 19, so hopefully he can develop with us to become a decent number 1. And then the one area we didn't have anyone at all was centre halves. It was left back, sorry. So we had lots of centre halves. We had quite a few right backs. So we've gone and signed a couple of left backs. Firstly, there's a deal for Lautaro Blanco, who's a Boca, to come in. He's 30, so it gives us a bit of experience in that position. And then 18-year-old Johan Mikan, who's been in the next gen, Colombian. coming in. Hopefully, I mean, looking at he's good in the air, he's good at tackling. So hopefully he can develop. He's actually also, his club have been playing him as a number 10 for some reason. Like, I'm not quite sure why based on his attributes, but he looks like he could potentially be a solid left back. And then to bring in some experience, because like I say, the squad is full of a lot of 18, 19, 20-year-olds. We've gone and signed Rodrigo de Paul. He's coming in as a player coach in July. Just still has some real quality. Obviously, physically, not quite the same player that he is in real life at this time, at the age of 34 now. But hopefully, he can add a bit of nous in that centre midfield for us going forward. And so we're 6 games into the season. Obviously, we've only been in charge for 5 of them. We've picked up 10 points from those 5 games. We're sat pretty much slap bang in the middle of the table. But if we can go on a run, there's no way we can't climb the table. We've got Racing Club next, who are in 5th. They've got 13 points from 6 games. So if we beat them in this next game, we'll go level on points with them. I mean, Boca have only got 11 from 6 games. River, 12 from 6 games. So really, I think if we can hit a decent run of form, we've had 2 good wins back to back. And now we go into this game against Racing Club, hopefully making it 3 in a row. So this is the side we're going with against Racing Club. Neither of the 2 goalkeepers are good enough, in my opinion. That's why we've gone and signed Felipao. Albanese at right back looks an outstanding player. He's only just turned 19. He's in the media dream 11 as the right back. Loves to get forward. And then the front 3, Barreto, Vega, Lovato, all young, all have popped up with big performances so far this season. The only thing with having so many young players is they have been a bit inconsistent. So hopefully we can put in another decent performance here and come away with another 3 points. Right, Barreto off the right, into Lovato, Espinosa onto Vega, down this left-hand side, shoots. And it looks like it's been blocked behind for a corner. Vega to take it into the near post. We've got a flick on it, and it's onto the roof of the net. So as we said, we're playing with the 4-3-3 with a flat 3 in midfield, not committing too many men forward. It also has the added bonus of being able to cover for Albanese when he goes forward. Free kick for them into the box. Albanese gets his head on it. Espinosa. It's left for Vega. Now running down this left-hand side. Cross towards the back post. Barreto volleys it across. And Lovato heads over from point-blank range. Arroyo to Caceres. Back to Vasquez, who's just come into the team instead of Escudero, who's a young defender who's missing with injury. Espinosa into Lovato in the box. He finds the bottom corner. And we're going to get a VAR check. And it's been given. And we've taken a good early lead away from home here. We've started the game well. Espinosa takes a touch, finds Lovato, takes a touch and then just finds the bottom corner. Just timed it nicely and applied the finish. Right there, attacking down their right. Arroyo gets his foot on it. Vega to Grijalda. Lovato to Vega on the left. Arroyo backing him up. Shot from distance. It must have moved. The keeper turns it behind for a corner. It's going to be an in-swinger from the right. Vega again to take it in towards the back post. It's headed clear as far as Lovato. Finds Vasquez on the edge of the area. Albanese to Lovato, and it's back to the keeper. Arroyo with the throw. Short to Espinosa. Arroyo into Vega in the box. Back to Caceres with nicely knocking the ball about here. Arroyo with a low cross. Vega's shot's blocked. It comes back off him and just nestles in the arms of the keeper. And unfortunately, an injury to Barreto, who's had a pretty decent game so far, bounces out Rodriguez to come in on the right-hand side for him. Albornoz down the line. No one's gone for it. And Rodriguez wins it back, looking for Lobato in the box. He's gone down. And it looks as though we've got a penalty. It's not been given. And there we are, half-time, 1-0 up. And we've played pretty well. Restricted them, and we've had chances. Probably could have taken more of them. I mean, we've only had 5 out of 15 shots on target. We've not really made their keeper work too much, but more of the same in the second half, hopefully, to pick up 3 points here. I mean, we sent the same team out to start the second half. Albornoz to Rodriguez. Caceres back to Albornoz. Into Rodriguez in the box. What a finish that is. Bends it into the top corner on his left foot. Puts us 2-0 up, and that's the perfect start to the second half. So Albornoz with the throw to Rodriguez. Caceres back to Albornoz. Just helps it into the box to Rodriguez. Takes a touch. And then just whips it into the top corner. Gave the keeper no chance. And that's 2-0. Lovato out to Rodriguez, who's been a real threat since he's come on. He loses the ball. They've gone back to the keeper. Poor clearance. And we're going to... Albornoz goes from distance and just couldn't keep it down. We've done well at pressing them and keeping them in their own end of the field. Arroyo to Espinosa, back to Arroyo. Vega into the box, goes with the outside of his left foot and just didn't bend it enough. All right, so we've brought some fresh legs on just to help us manage the rest of this game. A free kick for them. Going down the right-hand side now. Cross in. The keeper comes and claims it. And then throws it out to Albanese on that right-hand side. Driving in field. Espinosa to Caceres. Correa, who's just come on. Going round the outside on the right. Into Rodriguez. Back to Albornoz, back to Correa. Oh, that would have been a lovely bit of play. Lovato's shots turn behind for a corner. Lobato, who's come on for Vega to take it. In-swing to the near post, up in the air. Arroyo heads it back where it came from. Still alive. Caceres loses it on the edge of the box. And Rodriguez back to tidy it up. Lovato short with a free kick. Espinosa wide to Rodriguez now on the left-hand side. Pulls it back to the edge of the area. Ferrari finds Correa. Lobato in the box. There's a flag up for offside. But it looks like it's been given. So Rodriguez on the left-hand side pulls it back. Lovato gets a nick on it. Ferrari... Correa finds Lobato. Lovato and Lobato. Lobato is the one that scores. And that's 3-0. And surely the 3 points are wrapped up now. Definitely onside. A lovely bit of play. Right, another couple of changes to get some fresh legs on to see the game out. They've got to throw, lumped a ball into the box. Albornoz gets his head on it. Rodriguez now bringing it clear. Infield to Correa. Still driving forward, back to Rodriguez on that right-hand side. Pulls it back to Correa on the edge of the box. And it ripples the roof of the net on its way over. All right. Short with a free kick. Ferrari into Correa. Mamini loses it. Try to play it out to the left-hand side. And they're attacking down there right now, but Lobato's got back. Goes back to the keeper. Ferrari now. Now Montoro, Mamini, back to Montoro, shoots from the edge of the area and again hits the roof of the net on its way over. And there we are, full time, 3-0. Definitely by far and away our best performance of the season. And things look like we're starting to settle down. And it's 3 wins in a row. Hopefully we can continue this good run. We've played one game since the game against Racing Club, which was against Central Cordoba. We actually really struggled in that game. We ended up coming back from 2-0 down to draw 2-2 and get a point. Most of the league's actually fairly tightly packed together. I mean, there's only 6 points between 2nd and 19th, but Talares are flying, 8 wins from 9 at the top of the table. We've now got this game away at Boca, who are 4th. Couple of points, 1 point ahead of us, I think. So it's going to be a tough game, obviously. We do have Valentin Escudero back in centre of defence, only 18 though, so it's a lot to throw him straight back into this game. Barreto, who picked up an injury in that game against Racing Club, is fit enough to be on the bench, but Rodriguez is starting on that right-hand side where he came on in that game against Racing Club. So we've got 4-3-3 against 4-3-3. They've got a deeper lying player in the midfield rather than the flat 3 that we have. Not a lot happened in the opening 10 minutes so far. They've got a free kick. We've gone back into their own half with it. Now they're attacking down their right-hand side. Lovato wins it back. Espinosa, and we've played it forward looking for Lovato. He's not got it. And now we've been dragged a bit out of position here. Arroyo gets back, wins it well. It's flicked on. Vega loses out. It's an awful long highlight for not an awful lot that's happened. So they must be getting a decent chance. Palacios cuts into the box. And luckily it's straight at Garzon. Another free kick for them. That's far too easy. Palacios in. This time he makes no mistake. But we didn't get close to them, didn't close them down, and it was far too easy for them to pass their way through and get the chance. I mean, there's no one pressing any of these players on the ball. They've got the time, slipped in Palacios, and he fires it across the keeper for 1-0. Right, a throw for them deep in our half. A lot of their attacks have come on the right side. Cross to the back post. They've hit the post. Albornoz clears it. We've just headed it back to them in the centre of the pitch though. And this time it's out for a throw-in. Another throw on the right-hand side for them. This time we've won it back. Rodriguez now just passes it straight to the centre half. Ball into the box. Vega tidies it up. Caceres to Escudero. Arroyo now coming out on the left-hand side with it. And then overruns it. And the ball's just going to come straight back at us again. Ball over the top. Andrade cuts onto his right foot. It hit Ferrari and goes in. There's a VAR check because there was a player next to Ferrari, but it's been given. I mean, basically, we got caught out and then just a long, hopeful ball forward. Andrade cuts in. It hits Ferrari and goes past the keeper, and now we're in a bit of bother. Right, Albornoz with a throw for us. Gets it back into Rodriguez in the box. Low cross. They've cut it out at the near post. Caceres to Espinosa. Albornoz. We've started popping the ball around nicely. Arroyo on the left. Into Lovato in the box. Lovely first time finish. But there's a chance he's offside. It's been given. So we've worked the ball out to the left-hand side. Escudero helps it on to Arroyo. He takes just first time ball into the centre of the pitch. Lovato pokes it past the keeper, and we've pulled the goal back. It's a lovely ball, lovely run, and a nice first time finish. Right, a late corner for them. They've gone short with it. Cross towards the back post, headed across the goal. I mean, there's not much you can do about that. It's a cracking goal. Just as we'd maybe got back into the game a bit. It's headed back across goal. We've flicked a header at it. And then he's hit it on the volley from the edge of the box and gave the keeper no chance. And there we are, half time, 3-1 down. And we've not really got going in this game. Right, so we made 3 changes at half time. A couple of players with yellow cards, and then Rodriguez has had a pretty poor game on the right hand side. So Barreto's come on the right. Vasquez has come on in the centre of defence, and Correa's come on in the centre of midfield. Right, a free kick for them. Whipped in to the back post. It was a free header. Somehow we almost scrambled it clear, but now we're 4-1 down. So the free kick to the back post. It's a pretty free header. Keeper makes a save. Second effort hits the keeper. It's pumped up in the air, and then it fell for them to head home. Right, we've got the ball in the box. Escudero squares it. Vega pulls it back. And somehow Garialdi sees his shot deflected behind Vega to take the corner. Outswinging to the near post, headed clear. Lovato. And then nothing comes of it. We wasted a pretty good chance there of getting the ball back in the box. Right, so we brought some more fresh legs on to see if we can get back into this game. They've had a short free kick. That has to be offside, surely. No, it's not. Oh, yeah, it has been disallowed. They've gone short with it and then just flicked it around the corner and just gone too far, thankfully. And it's still 4-1. Yeah, free kick for them. They've gone short. We're still not getting anywhere near the ball here. Arroyo gets a touch on it, but still, they've got the ball comfortably drive into the box, low cross. And if we thought we'd maybe turned a corner with those 3 back-to-back-to-back wins, we've drawn a game against the team in Mateo, and now we've been hammered away at Boca. We are still searching for something here. And there we are, full time, 5-1. And the scary thing is they've got 5 goals on 2.27 XG. We've got 1 goal on a 2.31 XG. Just not good enough in the attacking areas, and that's kind of reflected in some of the ratings. But we need to be much better going forwards. It's still a long time before we get the cavalry coming in when the transfer window opens in July. We've made it to the end of March. We've played a couple of games since that horrendous defeat against Boca, and we have kind of got ourselves back into the swing of things. First up, we won 3-1 at home against Defensa y Justicia, and then we won 5-1 away from home against Belgrano. What that does mean is that after 11 games, we've got 20 points. We're down in 8th. We're a point behind River, 2 points behind Boca, but we're still right in the swing of things, because like you've got Talares top with 31, Gimnasia with 25, and then you've got Boca in 3rd on 22. We're in 8th on 20. I mean, even down to Lanús in 13th on 16. It's only 6 points between third and 13. So it's wide open so far. There's still another 16 games left in the league stage of it. So hopefully we can put a run together again. We do have Ivo Mamini in the top average ratings. He's not had as much football recently as he did at the start of the season. But things are looking positive considering we don't really have the depth yet until July when the transfer window opens again. We are in the Copa Sudamericana. We've been drawn with River Plate, America de Cali and Vitoria in the group stage. That actually on paper looks like it could be a pretty difficult group stage. So hopefully we can get through it and progress in that competition as well. And there we are. The end of another episode. A bit of an up and down start to season 5, our first season outside of Brazil. There's potential for Vélez to develop into a challenging team. It's going to require some work. Hopefully we can keep things together before the transfer window opens. Join us next time to see how we get on in the group stage of the Copa Sudamericana. And we've also got the Copa Argentina beginning as well. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.